Hello, hello! Mute the TV so I can hear what's going on. Alright, so last time we finished off the Chaotix route and made some good progress on the Sonic route, farther than I've ever...
Let's blast through with Sonic speed!
I've never gotten this far on the Sonic path, or the Dark path for that matter, so this will be pretty much new to me. Although, given where we are... Dash through the giant theme park.
Boy, Amy sure doesn't give up that easy.
What is this place? Sure is bright here.
We got some time. Feeling lucky?
Sonic, we only have 24 hours left.
Okay, let's go.
This entire city is like a giant casino.
The buildings and roads are all part of a pinball table.
Pretty cool.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Thank you for switching to Tails right away. Okay.
Let's go.
Got it.
Hey, there they are.
Those are Eggman's robots.
I'll take care of them. Okay.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Well, couldn't fully get across there.
Got it.
Alright, so I still do the power thing
Yes.
when I'm doing it. It's just that upward momentum, jeez.
All right.
Yay! One up. Nice. Dang it. Okay.
Level up. Leave it to me.
Got it.
What do you mean we have to start all over?
We should be able to move ahead if we use the pinball to go up.
I don't want to go now.
Here we go.
There we go. I'm just glad that that clipping out of the table like that didn't result in my immediate death. Yay, rings. Okay, whoop, didn't quite make it. There we go.
Why don't we try going up there?
Alright, let's go up there.
Level up.
Got it. Take this.
Here we go.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Oh. Didn't see the hundreds there.
Eggman's robots.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
Not bad. Level up.
All right.
Really? Okay, that could have been a little hairy, but it ended well.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
So I see where I need to go, at least
Let's go.
where it looks like I need to go.
All right.
And of course. Okay.
Today is my day. Yes.
There we go. I'm presuming that's where I need to be. And then I use tails to pull these ones.
You can't move if you get caught by that jellyfish-looking robot. Get him before he gets anywhere.
Level up.
And we have the golden turtles,
Yeah, got it.
which,
Leave it to me. Let's go.
thanks to the chaotix route, I knew how to deal with.
Level up.
Here we go.
And hello, sir.
You're a bit earlier today.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was a big loss, actually.
Yeah, those slot machines hurt, especially when you have everybody in them.
I think it said minus 200.
It did indeed.
Which was concerning because that wasn't even Triple Eggman, it was...
It was 2 with a Team Blast symbol.
yeah. Which makes me worry what it would have been if it was Triple Eggman.
Yes.
Would either have been 300 or maybe even 600.
Ouch. And see, I don't mind this perspective. I wish the rest of them were more like this perspective. I would have preferred that perspective for most of this.
Hmm.
So that I can actually see where the heck I'm trying to aim. Dang it.
Yeah, thankfully they don't really try to kill you in most of these pinball sections. There's like a couple of bingo highway, and that's like it. Yeah, I think on super hard, some of them on this table might be deadly, but I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've played the super hard stages. And that's more than likely because it marks the end of the game, because there's nothing else for you to do at that point.
Right. Checkpoint. Must have.
Level up.
Leave it to me.
Something's up there, but it doesn't seem like we can go up.
Let's go over there, Knuckles.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have Espio around, so I can't get past those lasers.
Well, there is actually a way for Sonic and Dark to get by those lasers, but it's not very visible. On that pinball table with the different orientation, there's actually a switch in the middle of it that you can hit.
Oh, okay.
Leads to the VIP pinball table. which is the one that pays out bigger.
Shoot!
Ah.
I'm a little surprised it doesn't free him, actually.
Can I get some of my rings back, please? At least one. Thank you. Well, Knuckles did get freed. Somehow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, those jellyfish can't take them away, so... Ah, level 3 speed characters, you're so ridiculously effective at killing things.
I see the switch.
You gotta love it when just a homing attack does the same thing as your tornado.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, positioning on those can be tricky.
Yeah, I see the VIP table.
All right.
And then this is the table you just need to pocket out of.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you can see there's no, like, arrows anywhere on this table.
All right.
In fact, that's the last table. Goal's right down there.
And so it is.
Don't fall in the abyss, because your teammates already did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw that part. Thankfully, just going straight ahead was good enough.
Just enough to pass.
I don't care about my grades. Overall, it's just a matter of getting to the end. Yeah, 40 emblems! You guys play special stage in 2-player mode. So, does that mean you have the various special stages as a 2-player option or something? Or
Yeah, that means you can race through 3 of the special stages as 2-player versus. I think it's special stages 1, 4, and 7.
Well, that's an interesting way of practicing those, I guess.
It may not be the easiest stage, but this is still my favorite stage in game.
Got it.
There they are!
X-Man's robot!
Leave them to me, Sonic. Okay.
I've definitely noticed you've been getting a lot more mileage out of Knuckles.
Well, I always... The power formation always seems to be my preferred one.
Honestly, not a bad thing, because it is the one that's probably the most effective at dealing with hordes of enemies.
Yeah.
Plus, some enemies are immune to like every formation that's not power. Like this guy, because he's made of metal. Although, if he's made of metal, then what are the normal robots made out of?
Lesser metal. I don't know.
Leave it to me.
Suppose that's possible.
Let's go!
Yeah, try not to fall down there, because that's a table down there you can die on.
Let's go! Level up!
Bingo time.
Bingo on the table.
Really?
Fun is just about to begin.
The bingo numbers, I think, are actually in different positions for different teams sometimes.
Alright!
I think I got
This
both
first
of
one, I
them
think, is more or less the same, though.
Bingo!
there. Oh, I got one bingo at least.
Which actually got you a 1-up because of the rings it gave you.
See... I see where I need to go.
Yes!
Which begs the question, had those arrows always been there? Because I don't think I had noticed them before. The
flashing
okay, game.
neon
Whatever you
ones?
say.
The big flashing neon ones? Yeah, oh, jeez. Game, I disagree.
Got it.
Didn't have much control over that, huh?
Bingo on the table.
No.
Really?
Fun is just about to
These
begin.
tables are really just... They could have done a lot better with these.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, I could have got that 7, I guess. Oh, well.
Yeah, with enough speed, you can actually hit that.
Bingo.
Yeah, and
Well,
I've also noticed that even on life, those bingo tables are randomly generated. Yeah, like the other thing too is you have to realize Sega probably even knew how bad they were and they didn't even bother doing anything about it.
Yes.
Such is the nature of pinball physics, though. You can only do them so well, and this game tried. I don't know if it did good. I hesitate to say it did good, even.
Well, the biggest issue is that it bounced me into the air, and that's what...
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what part of that...
Yeah. Well, your teammates are both down, so...
Yeah. Yeah. Hardly surprising.
The one good thing about Team Sonic is at least all of the characters are like the same size, so you don't have like an instance of Vector or Omega or Big being a larger ball because of their larger size.
Already.
There we go. Need it?
That gold robot will take away anyone he catches. If that happens, it could be dangerous.
No switches or anything.
Leave it to me.
Let's go up there.
The very last bingo table, by the way, is the one that's going to be the most difficult to deal with. Which makes sense, but it's also just because it's a kind of a mess to navigate.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, I would once again recommend not falling, since that's another table you can die on.
Hey guys, spread out.
Spread out, you say.
Got it.
The one good thing about Bingo Highway is because of the bingo tables, you're getting lives a lot in this particular level.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
I'm up to 6.
Knuckles, we're counting on you.
Got it.
Okay, I guess I'm not killing that enemy.
Look at all those Eggman robots.
I'll take care of them.
This can actually be especially true if you,
Got it.
well, was it just the invincibility? I forgot what exactly was in that balloon. On the last bingo table, you can actually go into a bonus round of aerial bingo that is very easy to get all the rings on. But you have to do a very specific thing to get in there, and it's not the easiest thing to navigate into, but you also fall right on top of the goal if you can manage to get it, so it's actually really helpful. This is where we gotta start navigating careful. The holes should all be in the same place as they were for Rose.
Huh. Somehow I made it all the way across that platform, but didn't hit the 5. Oh well.
I mean, you should fall off the table. That's probably the worst thing that could happen.
Right, yeah. Didn't see an arrow up there, so...
Yep. That's another one where you just want to pocket out.
All right.
You won't get tails back until you hit solid ground, though, which these springs are keep doing.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Level up. Here we go. Yeah.
What the heck was... How did I not die there?
Because homing attack is actually very helpful in some instances.
Yeah,
But yeah, you hit square and try to do speeds boost technique by accident. It's honestly the one technique in this game that I really don't see the most use for outside of trying to get through stages quickly,
They never give up.
and it, more often than not, is activated by accident.
like when I'm trying to grab onto a switch.
Not bad.
Level up.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff down here.
Yeah, one of these has a switch in them to stop those dice.
Yeah, and I found it already.
Yes.
I'm more wondering if
Those
there's
are-
a key.
Yeah,
down
there's a
here.
bunch. There's a bunch of goodies. I think there is a key in one of them.
All right.
Oh, there's a couple more.
Yeah, there's a couple more further back.
All right.
Maybe it was just rings.
Maybe, yeah, it does. Don't see any thing, but
That spring will help you get up, though.
oh yeah.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, the dice are so weird.
Whee!
Alright, this is the entrance to the last bingo table, just as a warning. And, this one's a doozy. Used to do this for me. It was for me for a while when I was younger. I don't know if it still is.
Okay.
I'm surprised Sonic didn't go right in that hole. He was there with you.
And I didn't have enough momentum there, but apparently I'm still alive
I think,
somehow.
yeah, Knuckles somehow stayed off of the rail. What I sometimes try to do is I try to feed, like, individual characters in one at a time. And to do that, I'll usually leave, like, Knuckles off to the side to not put everyone on the table, because it keeps me from losing all my characters in one fell swoop.
Right.
It's also a way to get all these bingo numbers.
Or at least...
And just as a side note, that path with an arrow that you probably saw, that just has number 4 on it.
The thing is, I was holding right, but apparently the game didn't care.
I think he had a bumper in 2, which didn't help matters.
Get all those Eggman robots.
Because it feels like I have no control over anything really.
Leave it to me. Dave.
Here we go.
Got it. Take this.
This was where the switch was. Yes.
Take this.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Whee!
Just gonna warn you, oof, that's weird, first off. Second, I'm just gonna warn you, you are down to 0 rings here.
Let's go. Let's go. Whee!
I guess the one good thing about the last bingo table is you get to see its numbers, like, very early.
Let's go.
Not that it helps you navigate the table any.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Nope, I think everybody got swept on that time. You know, I don't see Sonic, but I wouldn't count on him not being on the table.
No, he wasn't.
Well, yeah, lucked out there then. Because I would definitely try to make it so that at least one character stays behind when possible. And usually the easiest way to do that is by using power formation, because if you enter in a certain way, usually someone gets left behind. If you use fly formation, unless you're really quick about it, you're probably gonna get everybody set on the table. And speed, you gotta be kind of at least precise about how you do it. You might have done it here, we'll see.
There we go.
The hole right after that jump is probably the most evil thing on this particular board, because it's just such a cruel punishment. I'm not going to question that.
I'm alive. I'm alive. All is well. Oh goodness.
Well, if you can get 9, 9's the center number, so you will get some rings out of that.
Just have to stay right in the middle. No, never mind. There's a. There we go. Well, no, I didn't get a bingo off of that.
Oh, I thought you did. If you can follow yourself through the middle, which you did, you get a bonus round. Air bingo.
Alright, aerial bingo.
And of course, my perspective is crap.
Well, more importantly, it takes you right. Well, it would if you weren't so far up, but the goal is literally right in that little pocket up there that's being protected by those little color bumpers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is when I'm falling, like when I'm trying to hit like balloons or something when I'm descending like that. It's the perspective feels weird. Such that I find it hard to actually aim at something.
Yes!
Okay then. That's that stage done.
That bingo table is honestly the worst part. That last one is probably the worst part of the entire stage, just because it feels like it's really not in your control whether or not you're dying.
Both of these stages feel like I'm not in control.
Shoot.
More so than this, although that's kind of half the theme for this whole game. Of me not being in control of things. So this was the second Eggman fight, right?
Robo-Romp.
Oh, okay, the first enemy gauntlet, alright.
Eggman! Why not have some fun?
What did I accidentally just close out of?
After all, you only have one day, and we
Just
know
look at my
you're
history.
going to win. Get them!
I don't know.
Eggman, wanna play?
Important, really.
Be careful, Sonic.
Sorry, what?
I had closed a tab by accident. I was trying to figure out which one it may have been. Whichever one it wasn't one I really needed at the time.
Them all.
Level up!
Too cool. Take this. 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 Smash them all.
That was great. Okay.
Got it. Shit. 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 Take this. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah!
Already.
Well, Team Blast is ready when you have a wave you don't like.
You know what? Fine. I'll just deal with that group.
Level up!
Too cool.
What hit me there?
I think his electricity spawned before he did.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Leave it to me. Dave,
Got it.
Here we go!
leave it to me.
That is a thing. I've definitely not seen it before now.
Here we go!
Leave it to me.
Smash them all.
Leave it to me. Dave,
Got it.
Looks like there's a bunch of them. Come and get some!
we won't give up so easily, Eggman.
They're everywhere. Not bad. Okay.
God, I'm looking at the level distribution. Sonic got like everything,
Leave it to me. Dave,
just by happenstance.
Dave,
Level up. Smash them all. Got it.
Tails got 2 levels.
Two,
That'll-
which is enough to deal with most flying enemies.
Yeah, holy cow, that was 2 shots took out the
Yeah,
whole dungeon.
exactly.
Dave, okay.
When Fly gets levels, it destroys.
Smash.
Fine by me.
That was great.
Got it.
I was gonna say that looks like a turtle wave.
Smash them all. Too cool.
Next.
Leave it to me. Dave, all right.
Level up.
Dave,
Got it. Smash them all.
that was great. Leave it to me. Dave,
Right, the Springwalker's a shield. I forgot about that.
Dave,
Got it.
leave it to me. Dave,
Too
Okay, there's
cool.
still a couple left.
level up.
What's the matter? Got
Smash
nothing
them all.
left?
Keep them coming.
Team's fully loaded
Just warming up.
on levels and on Team Blast.
Only the beginning.
Cool.
Blast away!
Killing the gold robot there would have killed everybody.
Oh well. What I did,
But
destroyed
I
them
think
all
it's
anyway.
the last. I think it's the last wave, anyways.
Yep.
Those were the easy ones.
So really doesn't matter. Once you know how the game works, the robot boss tends to just be the simple one. It's just like, kill all the things, done, next.
Yep.
What a waste.
Especially since it's all stuff you've been dealing with. It's like, there's nothing new to trip you up here.
Yeah. The only thing that would trip me over is what configurations they're in. Or if
Yeah.
or if their electricity spawns right on top of me.
Yeah, I'm not defending that one.
Rail Canyon, head for the terminal station.
So this stage is going to be similar to Chaotix, except a little less head scratch when it comes to finding things.
Knuckles, give it all you got! Full speed ahead!
Got it. When grinding, use the square button to accelerate and left analog stick to balance.
Yes!
Yeah, I think I may have mentioned this before, but when you're going really fast, if you want to preserve momentum, hold square because it'll allow you to like maintain the grind speed.
What a view!
Look at those canyons.
Keep your eyes on the rail, Sonic.
And you get a
I'll take
checkpoint right away. Okay.
Okay.
Again, one thing I will give Heroes, it's actually pretty good with checkpoints.
And just for that one, it was just felt like I did nothing and I got a checkpoint for it.
Well, they want to make sure you don't have to go for that beginning grind section again because it's pretty easy to die during that if you like jump at all.
Fair enough.
That's the only reason they do that one.
I have learned from the past that perhaps grinding fast may not be the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can...
And then your auto landing cannot land on the right spot because perspective is a bitch.
Yes.
Those are Eggman's robots.
Not bad.
The rails.
They're pulling out all the tricks. Yeah!
There we go. Had to adjust a little bit, but I landed.
Yeah, rail hitboxes are honestly the biggest sin this game commits.
Given
Level up!
how much of a main mechanic they are in the game, in the levels they're featured in, that's a bit of a
Yeah.
concern.
They should honestly be way more generous than they make them.
Already?
Here we go.
I think we can use that pole to go up.
Ah,
if we
right.
use speed formation.
So it only counts. So the
Only at level 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
That-
very helpful when you have it, but
I would
then
have.
you get too used to it.
I only would have figured that out because of what you said regarding the gold turtles earlier.
What's up with that train?
Sonic, look out!
Whoa! Yes!
All right.
That probably got cut a little closer than it was intended to be.
Probably.
Look out!
You're gonna
that-
want to get off though.
Oh, there was another one I didn't.
That one followed you on the main path. Yeah.
Let's leave it to Sonic. Leave it to me. Yay!
Got it.
Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Whee!
Got it.
Tails, you stand here. Thank you.
Leave it to me. Yay!
Let's leave this to Tails.
I was gonna finish that one robot off, but I didn't need to.
Level up!
Nope, he got dunked.
Yahoo! That's an armored train.
You want a race?
And I noticed that this boost doesn't really work as well in fly mode.
Yeah, because in fly mode you would have the entire stack would have to turn. You can actually switch formations while on rails.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
But honestly, given how like janky the rails are in this game,
Exactly.
I don't blame you for sticking with fly. As someone who's more used to the rail physics, I don't tend to, but I don't blame you.
Yeah, but at least it's easier to tell when I'm trying to balance for whatever it's worth.
True. Oh, that one just stops. I forgot about that.
The rails!
They're pulling out all the tricks.
Level up! Look out!
Well, Tails is max level, so any flying enemy is now mincemeat.
We should take care of them first.
All right.
It's not something I really think about too often, but I don't actually know what like or level ordering I'd like recommend for each like formation, because each of them has their perks to leveling, but I'm not sure which one I would say is the most important.
I think it probably depends on circumstances.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll depend on stage, sometimes it'll depend on what drops you've gotten from enemies. For the most part, though, having speed and fly level, I think, is probably my priority, just because those two classes have major perks when leveled that
They're
make
less
dealing
reliant
with
on
basic
leveling.
enemies a lot easier, whereas the power character can kind of get away with not having their level for a little bit,
Current from that fan can go up.
since they're already so good at dealing with the enemies.
Right, which is the main point of them.
Oh, it's this section. Well, not quite yet. You gotta deal with that first.
Oh, okay, I see where I'm going. Now it's just a matter of actually getting there.
Yeah, it's just a matter of jump timing. This was what I was referring to, this part coming up here.
Wow, look at all those armored trains.
Alright.
No time to waste here. Let's go.
You landed right between all of them.
Okay.
You're not moving at all, yeah. There
Because
you go.
I was actually still on a rail and I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Look out!
Alright, time for some dodging.
Look out!
Whoa!
Didn't even see that one.
Oof, and somehow you managed to get on that rail.
Level up.
Well, the good news is because you actually ended up getting held up there, none of the trains had like suddenly veered into view for you, so like they were all right in the positions they were going to end up in for you, and you didn't have to worry about dodging any of them like prematurely.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go. Take this. Yeah.
All right.
Ah, dang it. Oh, it's a good thing I got a checkpoint right then.
The rail.
You're pretty close to the end of the stage, thankfully. I think this is the last checkpoint.
Got it.
I'm curious as to whether that one-up I got, that seemed like it might have been a capsule as opposed to a...
That was indeed a capsule. I think one of your characters, when you came off the pole, may have smacked into it somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah, one of them probably flew onto that upper rail and grabbed it.
Cool with me.
Just a bunch of rail switching here, and then you'll be out. There's also something you can do in this section that I love doing, which is running on top of the rooftop here.
I tried, but I think I tried to move forward a bit too late.
A little late to do it, yeah.
Whew.
But you're done.
Yep. That's that stage done. Definitely getting through these faster than Chaotic, so that's not saying much.
Chaotix really makes you think and search.
Yeah.
It's one of those instances where it's a good idea on paper, but the problem is unless you know
Just enough to pass.
where everything is, you're gonna be there a while.
Yep.
So it's a more interesting concept than like a repeat visit usually than it is a first visit.
Ooh. Mike buff. Yeah, that sucks. Having a memory card go bad.
Yeah. I've actually had third-party memory cards for a while, me and my brothers. Mine got lost, which is a shame because I lost like all the chow I'd raised.
It's because we're getting closer to the center.
I guess we're heading in the right direction.
But we ended up redoing a lot of things anyway, and since I don't mind playing through some of these games again, it's no big deal.
As I think the 2 memory cards I have for this, I think are not for third party. Mostly to try to avoid that sort of thing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that I think part of it was, I think it was the fact that A was a third party one.
Okay, so
B
apparently
was
I don't have all day to hang on the wall. Okay, good to know.
I think the thing too is A, it's a third party one. B, I think I was using it in the Wii, which I think was notoriously bad about the GameCube memory cards.
You know better than I do.
I would have to double check on that.
Not bad.
Okay. I was about to say, where the heck did that platform go?
Yeah, it's one of those crushers.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna come down a lot sooner than that. And... Okay, well, that's what I get for wanting to get the key.
Creepy around here.
It's because we're getting closer to the center.
I guess we're heading in the right direction. Got it.
Oh, really? I had to land right on top of you?
That early, huh? Ouch. Oh, jeez. Well, that life went sideways very fast.
Yeah, it did.
To the center.
I guess we're heading in the
But yeah,
right
that is kind of unfortunate that that corrupts on you that early. That's only 6 stages in, 4 stages, 2 bosses.
Not bad.
I figured there was a timing thing involving those rotating platforms, but I guess.
Now that I'm thinking about it again, I think this is actually the first game where the egg pawns are like brought into the game and finalized on their designs.
Egg pawns?
The orange mooks you've been beating up.
Oh.
They're called egg pawns. They hadn't been in the game before this one.
Not sure why I'm bothering with this, as I am very likely to not keep it to the end of the stage, but oh well.
Got it.
Yeah, Power Plant caught Melee off guard too.
Well, it was the reason why the main reason why I had never beaten this game on it, particularly
Yeah,
with the Sonic and Dark paths. That was the
Yeah,
stick.
Sonic and Dark both have to deal with that.
I'm not looking forward to having to deal with it again.
Now, Knuckles, destroy that engine core. Got it.
I think Dark has more enemies on it too, so...
Oh, lovely.
Brace yourself.
Like, enemy placement and enemy type are like the only things that make Dark hard. Because their Team Blast is honestly one of the better ones, because it freezes time for like 10 seconds after it finishes.
Oh, my head's spinning.
Though I presume that would not help me one bit in that lava rising segment.
I think it would, actually.
Well, I'll have
We'll
to
find
remember
out.
that then.
Looks like those creeps are guarding that case. Let's take care of them.
I think they're... Actually, no, Rose might have the fastest animating Team Blast. Dark has a pretty fast one, too.
Level up.
Okay.
There we go. Remember this setup from from last time.
Yeah, like I said, Chaotix, Dark, and Sonic, I think all use more or less the same setup. Dark might, like, flip the switches around or something, I don't remember.
Level up.
Yeah. Boulder Chase isn't too bad.
Whoa.
The, yeah.
Yeah,
The other segment we were talking about is honestly worse.
Yeah, so sometimes they'll stop me before I careen off a ledge. Sometimes not so much.
Leave it to me.
I'm noticing Team Fly is probably the best way of doing those types of switches.
Yeah, they're my usual choice when I have a set of multiple switches, because it's like, you go here, I'll go here. If my memory serves me correctly, there are 3 cannon segments in the stage for Dark and Sonic. And when I say cannon, I mean, like, the big cannon, not the one you just took.
Hey, I'm glad I moved forward, because I probably would have died otherwise.
How many close calls have you had this life?
Too many.
You've had, like, 5. That's an exaggeration. You've had at least 3.
Be careful not to fall.
Why don't
Says
I
it right
just
when it
take a
happens.
little bit of a shortcut?
Got it.
I was gonna say, if you have enough fly meter.
Level up.
Still
Just barely.
barely, yeah.
Okay.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
I think when Knuckles does his little maneuver in the air, that'll get rid of capsules like that, too.
Here we go. Leave it to me. Let's go. This must be the giant cannon's internal mechanism we saw before.
Hey, let's try firing that thing.
Hey, come on now. Don't do it, Sonic.
Oh, we're gonna do it.
Take this.
I'm pretty sure just going in the cannon is just jump near the cannon.
I know, I just
But
feel like dealing
it's
with the
cathartic,
enemies.
I
but-
know.
Ooh, but there's a thing over here.
Eee,
Except, what the heck happened there? I don't know.
Your camera was bad and you jumped over the path.
I guess.
Got it.
Here we go. Take this. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a fan of Ed, Edd and Eddy way back,
Leave it to me.
back in the day. Never did see the finale though.
Why don't we
A little
go
bummed
down
about
there?
that.
Yeah, that little, like, movie finale they had.
Yeah.
It was a long special. I've actually seen that.
Think by the time that came out, I had long since stopped watching TV in general. So
Yeah, Mike Buff, I believe that is actually the case. There seems to be, like, clipping issues in this game that don't occur in this version that don't occur in the others.
yeah, and this is indeed the PS2 version I'm using. So
Got it.
okay, I'm still alive.
Knockback is in the
And
city of
where the
Killer.
heck are you going?
He's trying to take Tails away. Which would be a problem in this section, because you really need him here.
Yeah, a little bit. Probably wouldn't be able to make him despawn. With
I think eventually he will warp away and disappear, so... You know, with Tails in him.
Okay, then that won't help me.
In fact, that's probably happened already, so... Just be cautious.
Nope.
You were gonna need him for the capsules anyway.
Yeah, which makes me wonder how I was supposed to get him back at that point.
Probably charging a Team Blast. Because that does revive someone who's been taken away like that.
Yeah, goodness knows that's been used against me often enough.
Yeah, you've seen it in the team fights enough.
Right, because I'm probably not even supposed to be on those particular rails.
You can. You just gotta remember he's there.
Hey, get off of them. Thank you.
Got it.
Anything hidden underneath these dumb things?
I don't believe there are in this instance. I think they're just here for show.
Got it.
Why don't we go down there? Leave it to me. Stay.
Got it.
Yeah, you definitely have to have some forward momentum on that one.
Yeah, they're expecting you to hold forward after that cannon. If you're using fly anyway. Speed just goes straight over the gap right onto the platform.
Oh, of course it does.
It's the formation you used last time.
Obviously I wasn't paying attention. Okay. So that attack does have a bit of reach to it.
Yeah, it allows you to break those capsules pretty easily without having to worry about punching yourself off the ledge.
You know, I'm just going right in. No, I'm not gonna mess around this time.
Probably not the worst idea.
Is this the one where things can be firing at me, or is that later?
I don't think any of them can have stuff firing at you.
I seem to remember you saying one segment outside of Team Rose would have stuff.
I think there are obstacles in one of these sections, but I think it's only for dark. Nice double one up there.
Yeah, and then death.
Yeah, this section again. Knuckles, is that why you fell in the pit, because your heart stopped?
And I have to go through this whole bit all over again.
Yeah, this is one place where I will say they did not do a good job with checkpoint placement.
Ooh, okay, that rail ends rather abruptly.
Yeah, Terry, I'm gonna say this right now. Don't ask people on the internet for their age. It's probably not the best thing to be asking.
No. Comes off as a little bit creepy, I think, maybe.
Let's go down there.
The one thing I have noticed, like, at the topic of the game overs, is again, your life count does reset to a certain point at the start of every stage, which is at least good for keeping game overs away for at least a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what happens on speed. Okay. Speed, yeah,
Yeah,
just takes me directly across. I just don't get the balloon. Alright.
Yeah, the balloon is where fly would come in handy for that. Power, I feel, I don't know if you can even make it across. I would have to check that. Not that it's something we will be willing to check right now. With Sonic Mania, that depends on two things. First off, how used to classic Sonic someone is. And second, whether or not you got stuck on the Oil Ocean boss, because that's the one that really got people stuck.
Alright, let's see what's in here. Oh, nothing. Fair enough.
Believe it or not, I believe there's a capsule for Chaotix sitting in that alcove.
Ah.
Which way is the cannon facing?
On their stage.
All right. All right.
And we know the last balloon's a 1-up.
Definitely want to focus on that one if I can.
Level up. All right. All right. All right. All right.
Okay, yeah, the final boss is a little tricky to figure out too.
There we go.
That's what I call a
And yep.
I think my heart's
Remember, there's 3 rails there. One's up high, 2 are down low.
At least I'm getting a life profit off of this. It's
Yeah, you're kind of getting a net bonus. It's kind of funny. As long as you keep getting to that point, you're technically not losing lives.
right.
Not that you want to be stuck in this section forever.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The final boss versus the extra / true final boss.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Let's go.
It's a tricky 16-hit boss that will give you a bit of a difficulty your first time playing it, for sure. Emeralds I've figured out, and I don't have much issues getting these days on Mania, but they're not the easiest things. I think you need to use Sonic.
Or he just lets go after a bit.
Weird.
That works too.
Not bad.
I imagine because Tails' level isn't very high, it's not affecting the jellyfish.
Possibly.
Leave it to me. Stay.
Affected that one though. But I guess maybe it just
Ah,
doesn't.
no,
didn't
then
affect-
maybe it was just a weird angle. Or just Thundershoot being weird.
Let's go.
Got it.
Level up.
Yeah, the emeralds are not easy to get in Sonic 1 either, because there is a very limited window in which you can get all those. You only get 10 opportunities to get 6 emeralds
Oh,
at
wow.
most.
Let's go.
Sonic
There
1.
is-
So is Sonic 2 the one where you just have to have a certain number of rings at a checkpoint?
That is correct.
Okay.
For Sonic 1, you had to have 50 rings at the end of the stage.
I'm sorry, what?
It's moving.
In Sonic 1, you have to have 50 rings when you get to the end of the stage.
Ah, okay.
And then you have to jump into a ring that is in midair at the end of the stage as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that I remember that one now.
Level up.
Yes.
Then 3 and Knuckles had the giant special stage rings that were just scattered across the stage layout,
Yes.
which is the same format that Mania takes.
Yes. 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 Wow, that's what I call a flight.
Okay,
Ooh,
what the heck was that?
Interesting momentum.
Yeah.
Sonic CD actually follows the same emerald. Well, it's time stones in this instance, but it's the same strategy as Sonic 1. You need 50 rings at the end of the stage. And the thing that was also interesting about CD is you didn't actually need to collect all of those necessarily to get the good ending, but it's a lot of hoops to get the good ending otherwise. Because each zone had an enemy generator in the past you had to go destroy in order to get the good ending otherwise. If you get the time stones, it just destroys all of them.
I have played CD. I don't think I've ever actually beaten it though. Good ending or otherwise.
CD has some level design issues, honestly.
Well, I
It's
got.
boss-
I want to say I got pretty far. I want to say I at least got to the Metal Sonic race.
Well, he's probably the hardest boss, so...
I want to say that was at least as far as I got. I don't remember.
yeah.
It's been a while.
Because the bosses in CD are really easy for the most part. Metal Sonic is like the only one that actually threatens to make you lose all your lives.
Be careful not to fall.
Final boss a little bit too, but I think the stage leading up to the boss is honestly worse than the boss itself.
Okay.
Come on, you can hit him. There we go.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
And I noticed that I couldn't go into the gun in fly mode.
This must be the den.
It wouldn't.
I think that is actually the case.
It wouldn't let me.
Let's try firing that thing.
Or no, it let me this time.
Maybe maybe the activation trigger is just a little weirdly placed.
Possibly. Not sure if it'll make much difference, because I'd be. If it doesn't let me fly afterwards, it won't matter.
Well, if you manage to land on a rail, you'll be in the position to fly.
Well, that's been the main problem here.
True. least you're constantly getting 2 lives in this section.
Wow, that's what I call a flight.
Okay.
I think my heart stopped.
That'll do. Tails took his sweet time getting on top of the formation, though. That was the wrong way, but okay. I guess that'll work, because you can go on the upper rail now if you want.
Oy, okay. All is well. For now.
Yes.
Oh, another one up. Wow. Cool.
Got it.
Let's go up there.
Come on. Thank you.
Yeah, since we are still talking Chaos Emeralds in chat, I can get, like, all of them in most, at least the Genesis Sonic games, though I have the hardest time getting them in Sonic 2, because the half-pipe stages are not the ones I'm most used to. I've gotten better at them now, but that's only because I've learned of a bit of a thing you can do to make them easier. It makes no sense, but you can do it. Because in Sonic 2, if you play with Tails tagging along for the ride, the requirements for rings in those special stages are higher than they are if you play as just Sonic or Tails.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
So when I play Sonic 2 these days, I don't bring Tails. I just pick one character. Which, yeah, defeats some of the charm of that game, but
But if it makes
makes
getting
me pull my
the good
hair
ending easier,
makes me pull my hair out less, and I'll take that over that. I think the main reason I know this is because in the Sonic Mega Collection, which is on, I think, GameCube, PlayStation, like all that generation of systems, the lock-on version of the Sonic 2 game, which was Knuckles in Sonic 2, he can go through those same special stages, and I noticed his ring count requirement was lower. So then I checked on the main game with just Sonic or Tails, and sure enough, that's exactly what the cause was. Is that they were both there. Alright, time for that annoying bobsled section.
alright.
Each time the bobsled takes on damage,
The one that actually matters?
Yeah.
Decreases if I'm thrown off.
The only, like, the real, like, it's like the only one that really, truly matters, and they don't prepare you for it. It's so trash.
Oh, okay.
Well, if there's a spike ball in the middle in this version of the stage, which I think there is, you might be in trouble. Oh, no, there's more lasers.
Oh, there was? I didn't even see.
Yeah.
We are.
And I'm beyond the point where I'm getting my extra lives, so I'm at 6 now, so
That's still a good amount.
yeah.
It's way more than you had when you entered that section. I think you had 2. Sometimes failure is beneficial, and this is one of the few places it is.
That's it. Let's keep moving.
I wonder if at some point I should add the Genesis Sonic games to my to-do list or something. Because I'm pretty sure they're not as of now.
Watch out!
Well, the only good thing about that is that most of those games have stage select codes, so if you do end up somewhere and die, you can at least use that to get back to where you were.
True enough.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's also infinite lives codes I could use as well that would
Each time
accomplish the
bobsled
same thing.
takes on damage,
I don't remember. There might be, at least on one game.
Well,
I haven't looked
if
at
I'm
too many
doing it on
codes.
emulator, I can.
Tails
Oh, yeah,
bobsled
obviously.
won't be able to jump.
I already got hit once.
All right.
We're about to crash. We're about to crash.
It's so weird how it auto swerves you in that section. Oh.
I saw one of them at least.
Well, you survived.
Yes, I did.
Now to hopefully not fall through the rail.
Well, I was in fly mode, so I was at least had a safeguard there. Checkpoint. Oh, it's this sort of thing.
Got it.
Yeah, they're scattered a bit in this area.
Yeah, just deal with enemies first. Or have them deal with me. That works too.
I think you do need tails to get up there, though.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Ah, yeah.
I wonder where Eggman's secret weapon is.
Let's go.
Probably a good time to say it that when Tails is alone, he'll throw fake rings that can stun enemies.
Ah, yeah.
Rouge can also do this.
Eggman, nothing can stop me from destroying your secret weapon.
It's a shame that they're fake rings, but I guess
Yeah.
the alternative would be taken advantage of way too easily.
God, the trigger for the fly formation is really weird.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is the last section, okay. Maybe only Dark had 2 sections for cannons.
Okay.
Got it.
Goal's right in the middle.
Yeah, I
of
figured as much.
those. Alright,
Yeah.
I need to go eat my food. I'll be back as soon as I'm done.
All right.
The next Eggman fight is up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this the albatross.
We can do better.
All right. Let's see how this one's different than the other ones.
Sonic, good.
That thing's loaded with Eggman's weapons.
Eggman, you're finished!
Ready, all cannons! Open fire!
There's only one way to go. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready! Got it!
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Here we go! Whoa!
Oh, hello, lasers.
Take this!
Hello, spike ball. And hello, pit.
Ready, all cannons! Open fire!
There's only one way to go. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready!
Stupid thing. Come on. Thank you.
Whoa!
Got it. Level up.
Here we go. Out.
Got it.
Level up!
Here we go. Whoa.
Got it.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Okay.
Regret this. All right, one down.
Now we gotta attack the body!
I'll destroy them all. Level up. Okay.
Level up. Level up.
So there's level ups for everybody over here. Good.
Here we go.
Yep, and just mashy, 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 mashy.
Retreat.
Is that it?
Look! Eggman's getting away!
That guy never gives up, does he?
I don't have the means of doing the team attack yet.
Level up!
Yeah.
Whoa!
But once I do, it'll be all... well, it's almost all over already, I think.
Whoa.
I don't want to go that side. I want to go this side, because that's the side that does not have the lasers in it.
Level up.
Level up.
Okay.
Here we go.
Leave it to me! Oh, set! Chase! Chase!
Here we go.
There we go.
You'll pay for this. Yes.
Alright, that wasn't so bad as in previous, in the other routes. Probably because I have a better idea what I'm doing this time.
Eggman, you know you can't win.
Once again, you fools have been tricked.
It's a fake?
From these canyons, watch as I conquer the world with my air fleet. And this time, you can't stop me.
Drat, a trap to stall for time.
Sonic.
It's not an Eggman robot. Sonic! Knuckles! Wait for me!
Oh my.
Landform data successfully copied.
Oh, well, hello there, Metal Sonic. How are you doing? Okay, Frog Forest.
Eggman, no way off the hook this time.
Got it. Take this.
Leave it to me! Look out!
Okay.
Woohoo!
At least this time I don't have to worry about getting spotted.
There are frogs in this jungle that make the rain fall. Look, there's a frog over there. Maybe look out! Whee! Whee!
There we go.
Look out!
See what we got over here.
Whoa! Let go of the ivy when it reaches the highest point of its swing.
Or I can just not grab it. That works too.
Look out! Level up!
Did you guys hear a croak?
Look out!
Got it.
Leave it to me. Look out!
Spring. I said spring.
Got it.
Here we go! Level up!
Right, it just occurred to me the big cutscene I was referring to just happened when I stepped away.
Yeah,
The game's big reveal.
The Metal Sonic thing, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually behind this entire thing.
Level up! Look out!
You can actually see him in the opening cutscene for the game if you let it play.
Look out!
Or at least his silhouette. He doesn't look quite the same as he used to. He technically is infused with a few extra things in this game.
Yeah!
All right!
Go! Yahoo!
And I want to say it wasn't even Eggman that did it. I think he happened to just do it himself.
Hey, well, that one-up looks familiar.
Leave it to me.
Yep, that's the same one you got with Chaotix.
A lot.
That was a very fitting quote, too.
All right.
Yes, just as I thought.
May be able to make this flower fly upward if I stir the wind out. Yes!
Although, yeah, Mike Buff noted Tails' quote there that apparently Tails seems a bit
Watch out!
more aware of things, perhaps. Because he even said that it wasn't an Eggman robot. Oh. So I can see how that could be interpreted a number of different ways now.
Yeah, because
Look at all
that's not
those
necessarily something Eggman would have made. It's not something they would have recognized, so Tails is kind of aware that there might be something else up here.
Right.
I think all of them by the end of it have those suspicions that it's not actually Eggman. Except maybe for Rose, just because they're not really paying attention to that.
And they're more focused on the whole Froggy thing.
And Chocolate Chow.
Yeah, that too. Why did
You
I
didn't
do that?
I was gonna say, you didn't activate the frog,
Apparently,
is what happened there.
somehow.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Well, Mike Buff, I wouldn't worry about getting spoiled by the true final boss, because I don't think Melee is going to be pursuing it.
Nah, I believe that requires all the Chaos Emeralds, which ain't gonna be happening here.
Yeah, Melee would have to grind those on his own time, and I don't think he feels like doing that.
Not here and now, no.
Hey, this is sweet.
That particular fight, though, does have my favorite vocal Sonic theme in the entire series.
Whoa. Yes.
Because What I'm Made Of is really catchy.
Watch out! Look at all those Eggman robots.
What I find funny is like, I don't know how often it happens, but people like go to like a speedrunner or something and then complain about spoilers for whatever game they're doing. It's like, hello, they're speedrunning a dang game. You think you're only going to be seeing a little bit of it? Jeez.
I mean, it depends on how often the runner resets.
Fair enough, but
Still, the complaints are very much invalid, because it's like, why did you think otherwise?
it's like, it's like, how much you're tuning into a speedrunner? How much of the game are you actually expecting to see, or how little are you expecting to see?
Well, you lived.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
frog up there is technically a hidden one, so
Okay.
it would take you to a higher path.
That flower again.
Should we use it to fly again?
Wow.
Hey, Rain, you want to stop some point soon?
More.
Hang on! This flower's heading straight for that mushroom!
Jeez.
Typically, that Rain stops when it's done growing everything. Maybe something didn't get grown.
Maybe. Well,
War eventually.
yeah, eventually.
And you got a small taste of this area with Chaotix. There's a little more after it, though.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
I think it was too much, though.
Not bad.
Say what?
I said you got a small taste of this particular section of the stage with Chaotix. I think there's a little more after where theirs ended, though. Yeah, because there's a checkpoint here.
Look, there's a frog over there.
Yeah, I got them on GameCube when they were among their first port, basically. Adventure 2 Battle and Sonic Adventure DX were the two versions I played. Some of my first games for like 6-year-old me, basically.
Okay.
Knuckles almost managed to do some platforming prowess.
Okay.
Hey! There they are!
Take this! Take this! Take this! Take this! Take this!
Probably another Sonic series that
Not bad.
I feel like maybe I should look into more seriously is probably the Sonic Advance series.
I love those games, but I am so nostalgia blinded from them. They have a lot of level design flaws because a different company handled level design for the advanced titles, and yeah, it's a little confusing. That vine's gonna grow as you grind on it.
Yeah, that's not obvious at all.
I think a hint says that somewhere, but it's not clear in the slightest.
Leave it to me.
But yeah, a different company handled the design for the advanced games, so their levels are kinda hit or miss. There's a lot of good stuff in those games, though, and I will defend them very much so, because they get really underappreciated, honestly. No one really talks about them.
And oh, there's the end.
All right.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't much more.
I know I've played a little bit of the advanced games. I never really got too far into it.
There's 3, and I probably have the most fond memories with the first one. And that's mostly because the GBA was one of the first consoles I had alongside the GameCube, so you can imagine that that was a game I would have played a lot.
Right. Yeah, I actually got a D on that one.
Most people who have played those games would say that Advanced 3 is the best one, but in my opinion it has some of the worst level design.
Oh, right, I actually saved the key.
And it's kind of a weird game for other reasons mechanically too. Yeah, this is not Emerald, this is just for lives and
Right,
practice.
yeah.
This would be Special Stage 5 otherwise.
Holy cow, the controls are wonky as all heck.
That's the big thing about these special stages. If you don't figure out how to control them, you're not getting through them. Then you have to also memorize a lot of their layouts to know where, not run into everything. Yes, Mike Buff, this song actually gets reused in a couple of Sonic games. It is the special stage theme for Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations actually takes after the special stage structure. And it is also used in Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games for Dream Bobsled. Oh god, I don't remember this thing.
And
I don't remember this thing at all. Tells you how rarely I go into the practice stages.
Right.
Because that thing doesn't appear in any normal stage.
Alright, Lost Jungle.
This stage can be hit or miss for Dark and Sonic.
Omega, what exactly are you apologizing for? Are you saying that you are to blame for...
Leave them to me, Sonic.
Okay then.
You sure it's safe around here?
There they are!
Eggman's robots!
Leave them to me, Sonic.
Level up!
All right.
Oh, I actually have a bunch of pings, but no.
The rain the Black Frog summons is known to kill plants.
Look! There's a frog over there!
Got it.
Oh, that'll explain that one. Okay.
All right.
Leave it to me! Dave!
Got it.
Leave it to me! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, hello, checkpoint.
Level up! Dave!
Yeah, remember, stars. The main thing about this stage that's going to be a problem is there is a new thing tacked onto the end of the stage that none of the other teams have had to deal with yet.
Oh, okay then.
Let's go! Whee! Whee!
I could just skip that guy.
Hey! There's that black frog again!
Okay, to be clear, the egg pawns are Eggman's robots. And those are probably robots that Metal Sonic stole. He's referring specifically to the fake Eggman, I'm fairly certain when he says that.
Here we go!
Why don't we try going up there? Let's go! Let's go! Dave! Let's go!
Got it. All right.
Here we go!
Leave it to me! Dave!
Got it.
Level up! Here we go!
We're not going there, are we?
Yes, we are!
Yes, we are.
Leave it! Let's go! Dave! Dave!
Got it.
Leave it to me! Let's go! Dave!
Got it.
There is a detail I could say about that, Mike Buff, and I don't know if the game goes into it too much. That's not directly Metal Sonic's ability, he's technically borrowing that from someone else.
All right.
Those
because Neo Metal Sonic, as he's called,
You guys hear a crow?
he's kind of a fusion between two characters.
I don't see anything that grew nearby from that.
Or at least I think he's a fusion of two. It's really weird. Like, Neo Metal Sonic is one of the weirdest things to try and explain. Oh yeah, that's what you get for triggering that one frog. Ooh. Almost getting dunked in the water.
Yep.
There are worse series than Sonic for confusing lore, but Sonic does. This game's lore is not great about explaining itself.
Level up. Yay. Yeah.
The bombs in this game are always weird. It's like you'd think that just touching the bomb would probably make it detonate, but no, it's just an object you would interact with.
Got it.
Look at all those Eggman robots.
Forgot there were two in this one.
You know what?
I was gonna say you could just say no.
Yeah, and I did say
Very-
no.
Level up!
Okay.
The developers actually have given us an answer for that one. Like the Sonic developers actually did give us an explanation as to what is up with the moon after Eggman, you know, shot half of it away in Adventure 2. The explanation is that we never see that side of the moon. We just always see the side that didn't get shot.
Fair enough. I see you, Mr. Hammer Guy over there.
All right.
Looks like I'm probably going to have to deal with you, me.
Got it.
You can skip him pretty easily, actually.
Oh well.
Not that he's hard to beat up with Knuckles.
There's that flower again.
Well, sometimes it's good to beat up those hammer enemies, because I think they are guaranteed to have a level up in them for somebody, most of the time.
Yes!
Yeah.
For some reason I remember coming out of this section being a little strange. No. Not quite.
Already.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
Yay. Let's go.
I forget what was up with those lasers. I feel like there's probably a switch hiding somewhere for that, but I don't know how worth it is to go back for it.
Let's go.
Especially given how this game's camera works.
Yeah. So I'm noticing right about now.
I think that name may have actually gotten retconned at some point. I don't remember for sure. Mobius I know was the name they went with a while back, but I think after some other shenanigans that have happened somewhat more recently, I think they had to ditch that.
Thing is, I had to keep
that was
for a good long time before then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that was a very unfortunate way to A, lose 100 plus rings, and B, lose a key.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Whee!
Hmm.
Got it.
Well, I made it up here. In spite of the black frog.
Yep. It's a little shortcut you can take. Alright, I believe this is the last checkpoint. So that section I was referring to is coming up very soon. This should place you right above the rail you need to get on.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's time. This section sucks.
They're trying to take us down to the swamp. Hurry!
Oh boy. So yeah, you're getting chased here.
Really big in that swamp.
It's an alligator! A giant alligator!
Interesting. Let's see who's faster.
Not sure if he actually can hit you.
I'd rather
What?
not find out.
I'd rather not find out either.
Thankfully, these vines have a consistent rhythm to them. Except there. What?
Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Either you hit the button real fast, or you just didn't grab it.
Although it feels like the fly formation has weird hitbox regarding those things too. So I've noticed.
Hmm. But yeah, that rhythm just needs to be kept up for a while, and you'll be at the end of the stage after that section.
Leave it to me. There's that black frog again.
But the walkie camera perspective does not make it easy, which is why I say it sucks so much.
What's that? There's something really big in that swamp.
It's an alligator! A giant alligator!
Interesting. Let's see who's faster.
Okay.
No problem. Piece of
I was gonna say, I probably made it sound a lot worse than it is, but this is another one of those things that kid me had a lot of problems with.
Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't without the timing, if you don't have the timing down, that can definitely be a thing. I think. Alright. Be right back. I'm gonna turn on the light. I really should remember to keep doing that before I stream.
Shoot. Not my day.
Alright. Either that or have a means of turn on the light without having to walk halfway across the room. Alright, so this should be, I guess, Team Dark then? Yep.
Yes. So this will be a new cutscene for you.
The big rush is all about. Each of those guys will end up getting in my way and making trouble.
Hey, isn't that...
Sonic!
Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
Long time no see, boys. Too bad you had to come all this way for nothing. We'll take it from here.
What'd you say?
Sensors locked on Eggman. Non-compliant intruders will be destroyed.
Didn't you know? We have a date with Eggman, too.
Is that so? Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Hey, that's my line.
Is it really your line?
I was gonna say, I could say something about this, but you'll figure it out when you start Team Dark. His lines in this may seem a little confusing until then.
Okay.
Just immediately. Well, good luck, Duckles. Oh, and I'm fairly, since I mentioned earlier, since their Team Blast can freeze you each time, I'm fairly certain they can put you in stasis too.
Let me be the leader when the enemies are in power formation.
Chaos control.
Well, there it is. Yep. I'm stuck.
I like how you're just right in the front of the Team Blast.
What was with that hedgehog that looked like my twin?
Yeah, this is probably the one team fight that might cause problems. Because that Team Blast is pretty powerful if you don't kill them quickly. And they're pretty aggressive too.
Okay.
Oh, here we go again, Knuckles.
Chaos control.
Okay, I survived that somehow.
Because Omega didn't really get any extra hits off on you after the Team Blast. I know it's not going to help for this particular fight, but just as a reminder, when you fought Team Rose...
Got one down!
Oh, interesting. When you fought Team Rose earlier, like yesterday, just as a reminder, you used like the tornado to knock some people off as well. Won't help right now because it's Knuckles versus the world, but...
I'm getting the first hit in, but I can't get the... I can't seem to follow up on it. Okay. Whoop!
Well, just Rouge. This is the matchup that makes sense, too, because these two really don't like each other.
And then...
Pretty much rivals with one another.
And...
Fake rings.
Yeah, are you gonna... I think I'm dead.
She's gonna keep spamming them.
Apparently I'm not dead. Okay, fine.
I was gonna say, you're kinda stuck, too, that's the funny thing.
And then... Wow, okay.
What was with that
Oh god, what happened there?
I don't know.
I don't think there was a destroyable block under there.
Not the best way to greet those you haven't seen in a while.
Who are those guys? And how do they know me?
Now you dunked Omega.
And I've dunked Shadow.
Dunked Shadow, it's just Rouge, but you gotta be quick or the Chaos Control's gonna come in and bring everybody back.
No, we're done.
Okay, good.
Whew.
That'll be at least a B.
Yep.
Hey guys, chill out.
Alright then.
To the Haunted Castle.
Alright, I was trying to remember which one. I keep thinking the airships are next, but I keep forgetting about what comes. Probably because the cutscene had the airships, and I keep thinking that's next.
Sonic, you sure this is the right way?
I saw Shadow and Eggman head this way. This has gotta be the right way.
But it's so spooky here.
Maybe that's the ghost of Shadow we saw earlier.
Woo! Stop it, Knuckles.
What? What's going on?
Leave it to me. Castle is
Of course, the fly sign is upside down.
Got it.
Because of course it is.
Got it.
Here we go. All right.
This case is locked, but I bet there's a switch to unlock it.
Got it.
Ah! We're turning upside down!
The normal version of this stage that Dark and Sonic take is honestly the best flowing of the versions of Hang Castle, just because the other two don't do a very good job of setting up to teach the gimmick. They assume you've already seen it for the most part.
Ah.
Roses, I think, tries to, but you died in that section, so like I don't think it was perfect. Even if they did label Rose as the easy mode, I am fairly certain they were assuming you'd try everybody left to right.
Right, exactly. At least I don't have to worry about finding keys or putting out torches.
No, chaos in this world just sucks. I will definitely agree there. Well, there go all the enemies getting knocked into the air.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
The torch path.
There may be an invisible path running along.
Because I couldn't remember if Chaos had the torch path in theirs.
I think it did.
Got it.
They used it a couple times for Sonic and Dark, maybe 2 or 3. It's not much.
Here we go.
Well, their different gimmick in the stages are always interesting, Mike, but the problem is that in this world, they have really annoying objectives.
Whoa.
Oh boy. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Leave it to me.
Let's go down there.
Alright, if you say so.
Ah!
Look, the door's opened.
Got it.
Oh yeah, Hang Castle also has a really interesting design aspect to part of it that I can actually show you now since you've seen Metal Sonic in the cutscene.
Knuckles, we're counting on you.
Leave it to me. Go.
Got it.
Level up.
In Tails' defense, in this game he's supposed to be 8, according to the manual.
Yoo-hoo! I'm falling! The castle is flipped upside down!
Okay.
Leave it to me.
You had a lot of acceleration on that landing.
Thankfully, there's actual, you know,
Got it.
barriers around the,
Level up.
or at the edge of the platform for once.
Leave it to
Be
me.
careful not to fall.
8. He's supposed to be 8, just like Mike Buff was saying there. In this game's manual, he's said to be 8.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go.
All right.
Oh, those only gave rings. I thought.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, that platform just stops midway.
I had forgotten about that.
Got it.
There's that switch again.
Kicked it.
Too cool.
Anything back here? Oh, there's a...
Must be my lucky day.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, because I think that floods the entire room with rings.
Hey. Free life. Why not? And then lose them all. But I keep the one up,
to
so
the
that's
ghost.
fine.
Phew, that was close.
Are we okay?
No problem.
That's a hard one to say, Mike Buff, although I would probably go with Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, because that game retcons itself. Like, it literally retcons itself.
There must be a switch for this door somewhere.
Maybe
This door won't open
Maybe.
without
Yep,
finding a switch.
there it is.
Let's go.
They really like to do that, the pull switches above doors.
Let's go.
Just actually be in position.
I
can
don't
actually-
blame you. I did play that game, and it is honestly
Let's go.
such a mess. Like, the reason I say that game retcons itself is basically in the story,
Let's go.
when you've beaten every story, you basically... the Eggman's main plan was basically to reawaken... Not even Eggman's plan, actually. I think it was more so, there are, like, ancient, like, god-like beings in those games. They go by the names of Mephiles and Iblis. Mephiles is trying to reawaken Iblis so they can reform the big, like, time-spanning being Solaris. And when he's beaten, his flame of life has to be snuffed out, which basically makes it so that everything you just played in the entire game never happened.
There they are.
Eggman's robots.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
Nor do I think, like, really any of the characters really remember it. I think Sonic might, but I don't remember, like, Elise, the princess, definitely doesn't.
Level up.
Got it.
It's such a frustrating story game.
Power.
It's a frustrating game in general, but it is not good on the story front, that is for sure.
Got it.
Okay. Leave it to me. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Take this.
Got it.
Yeah, that's the other thing, like, it's in Generations, and it really shouldn't be.
Got it.
I'm actually remembering now, that thing I was talking about with the stage detail, that might only be a Team Dark thing. We'll know in a minute. I know the goal on the stage for at least one team comes up kind of suddenly, and I think it's this one.
The castle is flipped upside down.
Well, one of the other things to note too is with Sonic 06, not Sonic 06, with Sonic Generations, all of time for them was distorted, so you can kind of like get away with having that paradox area come back.
Leave it to me.
Maybe that's why they included it, just to show how messed up things actually were.
Yeah, I think it was also because they were trying to pull from specific, like, eras of Sonic, and 06 fits the modern era.
I hope I'm doing damage by doing this.
You are not, his shield is blocking all of it. You need to jump off of it and switch formations. There you go.
Okay.
Wow, that actually killed him all the way over there.
We're
Also, if the stages they picked from 06, Crisis City was easily the most interesting, at least. I don't know, maybe it is something dark that Sonic runs into. Because I think it is coming up right here, the thing I'm referring to.
Whee!
After this light dash.
Got it.
Yeah.
Take this.
No, not yet, never mind.
Eggman's got some serious problems. Look at
There it
that
is,
statue.
okay. It's in this room.
There's a
It
guy.
pertains to this statue.
Yeah.
The Eggman statue?
All right.
Yeah, this it's Eggman right now.
Okay then.
But when you flip it, it's Metal Sonic instead.
Because I still see Eggman, except he's upside down.
The eyes down there are supposed to be like Metal Sonic's changed appearance type deal.
Here we go.
I honestly don't see it.
Yeah, it's the darker lower part of the statue. Or in this case now it's the upper part of the statue.
Got it.
It's a weird tidbit that you only get when you've actually like seen Metal Sonic a couple times.
Level up.
Okay. Take this.
Loose. That being said, you should be at the very last section of the stage now. Which is going to be the ever-prevalent Sonic trope of running down a building. I don't believe you. It's not super easy to die here. You can just get extra points by jumping through the rings. There's some obstacles, but it's few and far between, honestly.
All right.
And
Goal
jump right
shoot.
into the goal ring.
Yeah, so the goal's gonna be right at the bottom of that.
I didn't use all my strength.
I was gonna say you probably got a D too, because you don't think you died during that stage, so you've retained all your score.
Yeah, I got a D. Alright, Mystic Mansion.
What a castle.
I wonder what's next.
Feels like Halloween with all these ghosts.
Take this. Take this. Take this.
Leave it to me.
Not bad.
All right.
Got it.
Ah! Level up.
Alright, so... Oh, this is different. I think before there was a platform with an enemy on it.
Yeah, these rooms are slightly different, I think, for each team. This stage in particular, like a lot of notable differences between the
And
teams.
hello and goodbye.
If only because, no. If only because the stage is meant to be really, like,
Feels like
confusing
Halloween with all
and
these ghosts.
suspicious.
Leave it to me. Yay.
Yeah.
Not
All
bad.
right.
Ah!
Level up.
There they are.
Eggman's robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
All
Works.
Oh. Alright.
Already?
Leave it to me. Let's go. Level up.
Got it.
I was gonna say, I wonder how I didn't get smushed, and then I did get smushed.
All right.
Look at all those Eggman robots.
Level up. Take this. Take this. Take this.
Jumping man.
Yeah, they reused a lot of like set pieces in Sonic Adventure 2. Like every 2 or 3 stages, like shared pieces. And Pumpkin Hill and Skyrail definitely shared assets.
Oh boy.
Not every stage shared assets, mind you. Like, I believe Pyramid Cave is one of the few that doesn't actually take assets from another stage. Though it kind of uses some from another stage. It's not like 1-to-1, unlike the other one that actually does it.
Not sure why I'm going on my way to kill him, because since I'm at 0 rings, but...
Oh, you did it.
Although, I guess, looks like there was a...
Yeah, fly level with him, so you got level 3 fly already.
Oh, I did.
Well, yeah. The one problem with the spinning tornado is it likes to lock onto enemies and the ghost counts. Yeah, Mission Street and Radical Highway share assets for sure.
Mysterious switch. Wonder what it does.
Hidden Base and Sand Ocean. Crazy Gadget, Eternal Engine, and Lost Colony are all very similar assets. Metal Harbor and Weapons Bed.
Smashy, smashy.
Both the karting stages, Final Rush and Final Chase, Meteor Herd and Mad Space.
Alright, wait for you to go away.
Prison Lane, Security Hall, and Iron Gate all have very similar assets. You can also just hit him and he'll go away.
Yeah, I realized that, yeah.
Hit him like a normal enemy.
Got it. Already?
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
Got it.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, trolley system.
Oh, with the dank lasers again.
Well, you only have to jump, though. You don't have to move. And this is the only reason why jump is the last thing you lose, because of these.
Square button to break.
Because instead of trying to program another whole, like, trolley functionality, just use the bobsleds you already have.
We're about to crash.
Level up.
And I think only one of those bobsled sections can actually kill you.
Yeah, because I noticed that last one only had 2 sets of lasers on it.
Yeah.
There's that switch again.
Was this the... Nope, not this one.
Depending on the team, too, I think that switch order can be jumbled. I think Dark has a weird, different switch layout for this room.
Yeah, this one was the same, though.
Let's go.
Got it.
Be careful not to fall.
Shoot.
Oh, hello.
Right, that's how his ring-sucking move works. Didn't remember it until he literally performed it.
There's that switch again.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you be. Alright, I need to take a look at this layout, make sure of... Alright, it's this way. Hey! Grab onto the ring, thank you.
Preserved acceleration in this game is so odd.
You surprised me.
Got it. Take this.
Okay, there's only one part that can be busted through.
Take this.
The switch, that opens that up, which only has rings, but...
Already.
Oh, that's 20 rings.
Yeah, that's not a, like, ignorable amount of rings, really. I know in this game 20 was the most you could get in a ring box, but in some Sonic games you can get 40 from them. And that's only went from the question mark ring boxes. Because they're just given a random amount.
The height on being able to grab that switch is a little picky.
Yeah, I wish it was, like, you know, at max flight height, which would make sense. But it's not. Again, at least we're not putting out torches.
Right.
The robot's armor is super hard. Let's try removing it first.
Take this.
The robot's armor is strong. Even my attacks are useless. We better find a way.
Oh, that works? I didn't even know you could do it that way.
I figured it was worth trying.
I have never tried doing that, if only because I'm always afraid he's gonna smash me with his hammer when I try. Learned something new about a game that I first played back in like 2003, 2004.
Well, hey, you never know until you try, I guess.
Yeah, it's not immediately clear what that particular switch does.
Aha.
All right. Level up.
I noticed the lack of ring. Since I didn't grab the ring from it the first time. I noticed it wasn't there.
Is this the section? No, it is not. This section is relatively harmless.
We're about to crash.
I was gonna say, I feel like, yeah, those don't actually hurt you. They're fairly frail.
Felt like I smashed it.
Got it.
Okay.
Camera did a bit of a weird there. Alright, I think this is the one you can die on, so keep your eyes peeled.
Which I did. Thing is, I only saw 2 sets of lasers, not 3.
Hang on.
Yes, I believe Sonic Adventure 1 does have the random ring box for 40 as well. Adventure 1 and 2 both have them. I think Advance has them too. At least the first one does.
Hey. Okay.
There's another trolley. Let's catch it.
Guess his hitbox extends a bit.
I guess.
Jump! Jump now!
Let's go.
Yeah, as a reminder, the ghost hits you as well when it
Okay,
comes
so the,
to.
the ghost counts. That explains that.
Leave it
Yeah,
to me.
you've been hitting the ghost each time. When they say jump, they are including the ghost.
Okay, I didn't.
Hang on!
I was focusing so much on the lasers, I didn't even think the ghost was a threat.
Well, unfortunately, he is.
Let my life
Ghosts
go.
are always so weird in games. Sometimes they do nothing to you and you can phase right through them, but sometimes they're solid beings that can cause you a lot of headache.
Presuming I would get something good if I got under the whatever.
Oh, that red rail? Yeah, there's a 1-up right at the start of it.
I'm talking about the.
Jump now!
Oh.
Jump! Jump now!
Okay, well, I made it.
Level up!
I'm wondering if would I just get a reward if I beat whatever
Down the enemy first.
I'm
time
still
goal
not
it
sure.
has?
If anything, it's just gonna be like score.
Take this. Take this.
At least the game's not being mean and making me die if I don't kill me if I don't do that.
Okay.
Oh boy, am I?
Speaking of dying, this section may have some.
So narrow here!
Well, I
This
don't
is a kind of
have many
This
deaths
is kind of a
to give.
dangerous triangle jump.
Leave it to
Especially since you're gonna end up on a path-switching rail.
I made it. Oof, I had baked that dumb stupid thing.
Got it. Take this. Take this.
Those ghosts.
Why don't we go down there?
Oh, on the plus side, I think there is one more checkpoint, and you just have the the last section of the stage to go. Unfortunately, there's definitely precariousness that can happen, and there's a lot of ghosts as well.
Let's go.
I'm at 0 rings.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this should be like trigger switches as well.
Ah, dang it! It got me.
Got it.
Ah, right before you can light dash too.
We should
Well, at least I got past. I don't have to do the trolley bit again.
You might have to. This is your last life.
Well, I'm that. Yeah, I mean,
On this set, yeah.
right? Yeah.
Hey, we may be able to do triangle jumps since it's so narrow here!
Yeah, Sonic's like the one main game series where it's like if you're not holding on to your what is basically your life support, you immediately are terrified of what comes next.
Well, at least I got a couple rings back that time.
Take this. Take this.
Level up!
leave it to me. Let's go.
Let's go down there!
Oh, and the ring just takes me down. All right, fine.
You surprised me.
Yeah, please, you're right into the
Hey,
middle
whoa,
of that mess.
whoa, game! What the heck were you trying to do to me there?
Oh, jeez. My best guess is fling you forward.
I didn't want to be flung forward.
Place.
Sonic!
Those three altars look suspicious.
Oh no, there is no checkpoint in this section. Not that it matters.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there are 3 trials that must be cleared in this room.
We can go up.
Some are platforming, some are enemies.
Knuckles, let's get ready to use the triangle dive.
Here we go!
And I do believe that's the switch is blocked by enemies.
And goodbye.
Oh, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Okay then. Well, I have to do that that stage all over again.
Let's blast through with sonic speed.
Well, it's the only one that's gotten that treatment so far today, at least.
Yeah, that's good.
What a castle.
I wonder what's next.
Feels like Halloween with all these ghosts.
Take this.
Leave it to me. Dave.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it. Take this.
Ah!
Take this.
Level up.
Nothing but doors. I wonder what that switch is doing over there.
There they are.
Eggman robots.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
Take this. Take this. Take this.
Look out! Don't step on that shadow.
Well, I did, and I did step on the shadow, and I didn't pay for it. So whatever.
There's more?
I don't think it's too uncommon for someone to confuse rings for coins, if only for the fact that Sonic was made to, rival with Mario, which does use coins.
Take this. Take this. Already? Yeah.
Mysterious switch.
Oh, they're both something that's found in abundance, and you get an extra life when you get 100 of them. So.
Take this. Take this.
Unlike in Mario, though, rings are more than just a currency.
Yeah, they're your lifeblood.
Level up.
The robot cannot stairs.
Okay, that's not the invincible one either, so.
No, I get it, Mike. Sometimes people get really soft by things like that. I don't exactly blame you. Fall on the stairs, you.
Level up.
Could I have just skipped? Well, there was the laser barrier that.
Leave it to me. Dave.
Here we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say can you, but no, there's laser. I forgot about that.
Got it. Take this. Take
I want to say you can technically skip that pole with, like, falling down there precisely, or even just using fly formation to kind of careen your way down there. But the pole's there.
Yeah.
You may as well use it.
Yes.
Jump.
Nah. A bit too late on that notification there.
Jump. Now.
Yeah, the other problem with these sections, too, is, like, the lasers are hard to see.
Use the brakes and jump. Square button to brake.
So then one of those instances where if you, like, miss... Like, if you, like, can't see it, it's just like, well, sucks to be you. Yeah, Mystic Mansions is also, in my opinion, one of the better one of the best tracks in the game when it comes to music. It is so on-point haunted house.
Got it. Take this. Take this.
There's that switch again.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
And I get the whole coins versus rings, how people can get irked by it, because I'm sure it's. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but I'm sure it would be like if someone gets Star Wars and Star Trek confused, and some people take it as a personal insult. Not saying they should. I'm just saying they do.
Level up.
I would say that's a fair statement to make.
All right.
Well, you're pretty close to a 1-up on rings here.
Yeah, which is why I grabbed the 20. Because that would put me close.
I'm firing! Leave it to me. Let's go!
Perfect.
Got it.
Something may happen if the switch is triggered. It's alive!
Are there any rings in this room? Because you're probably gonna lose them.
Well, maybe not. Not in this room, at least.
Let's take care of these guys
Oh,
first.
then you'll get the 1-up then. Because I'm fairly certain the hallway after this
Yep.
has some.
Yes, it does.
Here we go. Take this.
There's very much been a drought for power character levels in this particular instance of the stage.
Oh, apparently...
Ah.
Apparently the trick didn't work. Maybe it was because he was... Maybe it's because he's mid-swing.
Maybe. Well, I'll be right back.
That works, I guess.
His armor is impregnable. Unless we can remove his armor, even Knuckles won't be able to attack him.
Yeah, I guess last time was a fluke then. Something else must have hit his head.
Maybe.
Yeah, as a reminder, the only weak point for this thing is on its head.
Yeah, which is why I'm...
When he's knocked down, he can be, like, punched on that spot, but it's kind of hard to reach usually.
And I can break those. Alright, go about things the fast way. Just jump right down from here.
All right. Level up.
Alright, we're back to here again.
Hang on.
I believe, remembering to... No, there's a checkpoint after this one, but that's the last one.
Brace yourself.
Oh, really?
Got it.
Yeah.
Jump.
Oh, I jumped too early there.
Jump now.
And too late. And failed.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
The bobsled was a mistake.
Hang on.
I don't know why they kept it. It was such a mistake.
Well, apparently through stupidity I can get hit on this part.
That's a new one.
We're about to crash.
Got it.
Jump.
Still failed that one.
Jump now.
Not that one.
Jump now.
Failed that one, but that's... one live, that's all that matters.
I'm surprised you jumped that second one. You were going so quick.
We should take care of the enemies first.
Alright, home stretch.
Take care of the healer first.
Level up.
Here we go. Not bad. Hey, we may be able to do triangle jumps since it's so narrow here.
Uh-oh.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
Yeah. Yep. That was too low.
Oh, you... Uh-oh.
Leave it to me.
Yeah.
guys first.
Take this, take this, take this.
Thankfully, you still have a decent chunk of lives for this section.
Yeah.
Here we go. Not bad. Hey, we may be able to do triangle jumps since it's so narrow here.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
And okay, fine.
Got it.
Wasn't too low then.
We should
Nope, I think your forward momentum just carried you past the rail was all.
Take this, take this.
Here we go.
Yeah!
Can you? I don't actually remember. I want to say there might even be a button you can press to just let go of the wall. There's no safe place to try it here, though, unfortunately, so I can't
Here we go.
say that with certainty.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
Yeah, yep, there is, but I did it too soon. Because perspective sucks.
I don't think you necessarily did it soon. I think you moved back towards the camera. But either way.
That doesn't... My original statement is still valid. Perspective sucks.
True.
Yeah!
Hey, we may be able to do triangle jumps since it's so narrow here.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
Well, hey, I didn't have to change rails that time, though.
leave it to me.
I think he's just grunting. I don't think there's anything specific he's actually saying.
Let's go.
Got it.
Although he might be saying "take this" when he does the fire shoots in midair.
There.
Hey, you surprised me.
Because I believe that's what you're referring to in this instance. Knuckles, come back.
Ready anytime.
What is
There we go.
Okay.
Those three altars look suspicious.
Alright, let's try the speed one.
If I remember what this is for Team Sonic, this is going to be a bit precarious.
Oh, well, gee.
Yeah, if you got the homing attack chain off of a bunch of ghosts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that section is a problem.
Take this.
Here we go.
Yeah!
Hey, we may be able to do triangle jumps.
Like, of those three, speed is definitely the hardest.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
Alright, I'm gonna have to... There we go.
Leave it to me.
There's really not much of a way to avoid that ghost there that's up there.
Yeah, he's kind of placed in a rude location.
At least I figured out a way to not get hurt by it. In theory, never mind.
He also came back.
Or I can just, fly up to it. Instead of
Yeah, I think you can just fly up to that one.
This probably makes a bit more sense, maybe.
Leave it to me.
Let's go down there. Ah!
Maybe actually getting rid of the ghost might actually be a good idea.
Yeah, they do, I think, eventually come back, but getting rid of them does, at least make things easier for a duration.
What is this?
Alright,
place?
let's see what Fly looks like.
Three altars look suspicious.
Should not be nearly as bad. If I recall, it's just some platforming.
Let's leave this to Tails.
I presume I have to do all three.
I believe you do, yeah.
Steep here. Be careful.
I think you have to do it all on the same life, too.
Well, of course. Naturally.
But yes, you do need to do all 3 to get out. On the flip side, the goal is literally directly after these 3 paths are completed.
Let's go! All right!
So there's not much left to go.
But I still have to actually
Survive.
do this.
And in all honesty, because the speed path is so problematic and janky, I usually go after it first. Just because if I die,
Yeah, what the heck?
then I'm not redoing other paths.
Let's take care of these guys first.
Why do I have the feeling I'm gonna be stuck on this level for a while?
Here we go.
You very well may.
Yeah. Hey, we may be able to do triangle jumps since it's so narrow here.
Watch out!
Just because it feels like there's like 5 different places where I can get killed.
Leave it to me. Let's go!
For a minute there, I thought you did get killed, but nope, you just got flattened.
Let's go!
In some Sonic games, that would instantly kill you. This is not one of them.
Level up.
Good.
Leave it to me.
Let's go down there.
Most classic Sonic games would kill you in those instances.
Hey, you surprised me.
Here we go. Ready anytime.
What is this place?
Alright, might as well.
The one thing that would have also made this section better is if you could put a checkpoint, like, right at the start of this area.
Fail.
Let's go!
Perspective being really, really bad, especially with the background being what it is.
Yeah, the background does not help here. It's very trippy, and messes with your eyes if you look at it too much.
Got it.
Though I remember the effect looking different in the GameCube version, so that might be another weird difference between these two.
Take this, take this.
Okay, so go from here straight to one of the other trials. Okay, that makes
Yep,
sense.
exactly.
Alright. So I guess I don't have to... Do I actually have to kill the enemy in the middle?
I think you do,
Yeah.
because that last switch that they're all guarding, that's the one that actually sends you to the end.
Right, makes sense.
And you may just want to team blast the big hammer guy.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
It would save you a bit of sanity, and would save you the trouble of getting knocked off by him again like last time.
Yeah.
Level up.
Alright, speed.
Unfortunately, the speed path, like I said, is probably the worst.
Let's leave it to Sonic.
If only because the homing attack has always been a bit of a monster to work with, and the ghosts are incredibly problematic.
Kind of like
if
that.
one wanted to,
Got it.
you could technically, with fly formation, bounce on every ghost, but that'd be super precise.
Take this, take this.
Here we go.
And I don't think it'd be all that easier.
Hey, we may be able to do triangle jumps since it's so narrow here.
Watch out!
Alright, this time I'm not
Let's go!
gonna let myself get smushed.
Let's go!
Got it. Take this, take this.
Let's go down there.
Leave it to me.
Hey,
To be fair, when Sonic gets flattened in games like these, he probably looks like those damn ice cream pops. All misshapen.
Oh boy. Okay.
Camera, you are in the worst position right now.
Probably because I didn't take the ring going down.
Yeah.
But you know what? If speed is the hard one, I might as well try to do that one first.
Yeah, that would be my recommendation, because if you fail speed after doing other paths, you still have to go and do those paths again. That way you get the hard one out of the way, and ideally the rest then goes smoothly.
So doing it while trying to move with the control stick doesn't work. Doing it without it doesn't work. So what exactly am I supposed to do there?
Let's blast through with Sonic speed.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how I usually do that section, because it has been a while. If I had to make the best guess, what I've done is I homing attack 1, put myself in the direction of the next ghost and drift towards it a little bit, and then homing attack when I feel like I'm within close enough a range to where it will almost certainly hit the ghost.
Halloween with all these ghosts. Not bad.
Got it.
You know the thing that sucks about this too? Only Team Sonic has to deal with the ghost jumping.
Oh, of course.
Dark doesn't even have that section. It still has the 3 switch section, but it's done differently.
There they are.
Eggman's robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
Yeah!
Watch out. Step on that shadow, and that weight crashes down.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Whee! Let's go. Level up.
There's more?
There's always more.
Level up.
Oh, there's lasers there. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, you do have to actually clear out that room, or at least jump over the lasers.
Mysterious switch. Wonder what it does.
It's not like it would be hard to jump over the lasers. You have a fly formation that's literally built to jump over up large pits and up high distances.
Oh boy. Ah, dang it.
Wow, you got super comboed.
There's more?
Take this! Take this! Take this! Take this!
Not bad.
Yeah, well, the death came first. Getting the ring after dying doesn't count.
Ah!
Take this! Take this!
Oh boy.
Take this! Take this!
Got these rings.
Take this! Take this!
Where are you, big guy? There you are.
Take this! Take this! Take this! Take this! Already! Take this! Take this!
Level up. Here you go.
Leave it to me. Go.
Try going down there.
Take this! Yeah! Got it! Take this!
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
The
Alright.
trolley controls are the same
Back
as
in
the
the trolley part.
Just avoid the ghosts. Jump now. Jump now. Use the brakes and jump. Square buttons to brake and X buttons to jump. We're about to crash.
Yay, I passed. I have no idea what that accomplished.
Oh, I think it actually gives you a level up for the fly character.
There's that switch again.
Leave it to me.
I'm gonna be real, that lock-on doesn't always work either.
I was gonna say, I was like, does the lock-on actually do its job?
In ways, the lock-on feels worse, because in earlier, like the adventure games, the lock-on still felt the homing attack still felt fairly fluid. In fact, that's the version of 3D Sonic Control most people prefer, is the adventure style. Which technically this game does use, but it doesn't feel the same because of the different tuning to all these guys. Probably a different engine too, and all those things means that the homing attack just doesn't feel quite the same.
Did something survive?
Yes.
Oh, there was a... So the enemy was what opened up the rings, and the switch was progress. Okay, that
Yeah, the switch is what opened the door.
Level up. Leave it to me. Let's go.
Got it.
Something may happen if the switch is triggered. It's alive.
Kick this, kick this. Yeah. Kick this.
Here we go.
Alright, let's see.
Take this.
Well, it worked that time.
Okay, then I don't know what to say.
And then I get hit for some odd reason. I don't know.
I think his foot flung up and smacked you in the face when you fell.
Probably.
Kick this, kick this.
Almost dead. There we go.
Honestly, the only difficult part in this stage, like super difficult part, is the end of the stage. Specifically because of the wonky homing attack. For the most part, the stage is just kind of wonky and long. Which, given what the stage is trying to accomplish, it kind of does that very, very well. So it's trying to mess with your head.
Hang on.
Didn't you say there was a 1-up somewhere in this part?
Yes there is. It's after you get off the first of these, trolleys.
We're about to crash.
I disagree wholeheartedly on that one. Yeah, like you see where the red rail starts? There's a 1-up right at the start of it. Uh-oh.
Well, I got it. So if I can get that consistently, then I shouldn't have to worry about game overing again.
Well, there's another checkpoint after this is the problem.
Well, I mean, I have died in this part too.
Yeah, you have.
And...
Jump now.
And...
Jump.
Like, Generation's homing attack functions okay, but you can't really make use of it for speed. Which is what Adventure's homing attack style lets you do. Because the homing attack type jumps that you could do in the adventure games would also propel you forward when they don't lock on. That's an aspect of the homing attack people miss. Because we try to do that in more recent Sonic games. If Sonic does not lock on to an enemy, he will propel a short distance forward, then halt all momentum and fall.
Watch out! to me.
And it's that functionality of the homing attack that a lot of people miss.
Let's go.
Got it. Take this, take this.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Go ahead. Touch the ring because not doing that makes the camera do stupid things.
And just to be clear, I'm not saying Generation's homing attack system is bad, nor am I saying the modern system is necessarily bad. None of them are necessarily perfect, I just prefer the ones from Adventure and Adventure 2.
What is this place?
Alright, let's...
Those three altars look suspicious.
Well, let's see what we can make happen here.
Yeah.
Let Sonic take care of this.
So yeah, I usually like drift towards my next target a little bit, and then I homing attack. I definitely try to wait for the ghosts to spawn if I can. Which, thankfully, at this point, it's good.
Got it.
Yep.
Take this, take this.
We are good.
There we go.
Okay.
I had a feeling it was something like that, but it's been so long since I've done this section, so I couldn't have told you immediately.
Yeah, maybe I was just trying to do it too early or something. I don't know.
It's entirely possible you were trying to do it too early. At this point, really, the only thing that can really get you killed is, you know, this guy, which you're gonna try and probably Team Blast again.
Yeah, I have a Team Blast at the ready for this guy.
And then if you can get through the fly section, you're out of the stage.
Oy.
Leave it to me.
I imagine after that, though,
wrong
it's probably
path,
gonna be...
Wrong one.
Just gonna say, that's not the right one. I imagine, though, after this, you'll probably just do Robot Storm, and you may have to call it after that.
Probably, yes. One nice thing is that I'm pretty much got a whole bunch of levels, so killing things hopefully won't be much of an issue.
No, there's just one healer guy right at the end.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And because the fly section is just pure platforming, it's honestly the easiest.
Let's go.
Eh,
Let's go.
Oof.
Okay,
Except for that one
we're-
platform.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
And remember, since the platform moves, as long as you stay put, you can wait for the platform to come back, because your fly gauge will never drain.
Well, the thing is, after the platform, I was still in motion.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Not bad. Phew, that was close.
That was one heck of a battle.
No problem. Piece of cake.
All right.
Stage
You can
done.
I was gonna say, you can definitely still fall in that
Yeah,
room.
I noticed that. I noticed that. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx myself.
God, when you look at that skybox now, it looks so bad. It's so blatantly fake.
Oh man, I got a D on that. Wow.
I mean, your only death was actually right after the first check, right around the first checkpoint, so most of your score was retained.
I think it's nice that on these things I get a ring right at the
Trying
start.
to stop us now?
Yeah, they literally start you like right on a ring.
You say? Now I'm really mad. Get them.
Robot Storm. Ugh.
Payback time, Eggman. You guys ready?
All right.
Ready.
Take this, take this.
Should be less complicated than the Chaotix one, but at the same time, the Chaotix one also has the fun of being able to spam Team Blast.
Well, yeah. Does this one still have the cannon segment?
With the Space Invaders? No,
Yeah.
thankfully.
Oh. Because I actually like that one. It was just the issue of
Yeah, that is weirdly locked to chaotics.
Okay. Next.
Got it.
Level up.
Smash them all.
One more.
Too cool.
Next.
Already level up.
Level up.
I think there's 13 waves in this fight or something. 13 or 15.
Oop, I want that.
Too cool.
Leave it to me.
Oh, okay, I see.
Let's go.
Next segment.
Tails is full level, so he'll be putting in some work.
Them all.
Leave it to me. Go.
You know, when the enemies actually let him put in work.
Yeah.
You can go take this. Out. Take this.
I think just because there are so many of them, usually I don't think it matters what team it is, I will team blast the turtles.
Yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah. Because spinning.
It just takes forever if you don't.
Yeah, I understand that one.
Level up.
Leave it to me. Go.
Got it.
And
Smash them all.
okay then.
Get them.
Oh.
I got
For some
stuck.
reason I thought you were gonna get the ring in time there.
I got stuck.
Payback time, Eggman. You guys ready?
All right.
Ready. Take this. Take this.
Level up.
Take this. Take this.
Leave it to me. Go.
Too cool.
Leave it to me. Go. Go.
Smash them all.
Go. Go. Let's go. Yeah.
Level up. Got it. Smash them all.
Not bad.
Okay.
That egg pawn is very stuck.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
Go.
Got it.
That egg pawn may as well be doing a "this is fine."
Okay. I just let the other two do the attacking.
Already.
I don't believe I have seen a robot do that before, so that's kind of funny.
Well, I think the issue is that I started on the box,
Oh,
And
so yeah, they probably
I-
chased
and-
you in a weird way.
and they all came at me, and I guess they couldn't figure out what to do.
Yeah, so that guy probably got displaced.
Yeah, it's just not even.
Level up.
That was great.
Got it.
So what caused my issues before was I had switched to Team Speed when I meant to switch to Team Power,
Looks like there's a bunch of them.
and it just sent me right to the edge of the platform, and I couldn't recover from it.
They're everywhere. Not bad. Take this. Take this. Take this.
Level up.
Welcome to the summoning circle.
Too cool.
I was gonna say powers to get the balloons, otherwise it's speed or fly to move on.
Smash them all. Too cool.
Okay, there's still
Leave it to me.
Never mind. Well, I'm glad I took that guy out quickly.
Too cool.
Oh, yeah. That could have gotten very bad.
Smash them all!
Oh, geez, now there's
That's 3 of them from
3
looks.
of them. Yeah.
Ah, yes, my favorite thing to do with Knuckles is bounce on a hammer robot's head.
Leave it to me.
So I guess at some point those ones that were flying around the edge got taken out. Oh, hell.
Well, I think those guys were literally just dropping the robots off.
Fair enough.
For Chaos, they like to stick around. For some reason, I like this formation of like 20 flyers. It's honestly kind of an amusing formation to just shoot down out of the sky.
But I have Tails at full power. Why do I not use it?
Okay. Yeah. All set. Okay.
Although, you know what? I have another Team Blast ready. Might as well.
Yeah, I suppose you could. Those blue ones with the machine guns are really bothering you anyway.
Got it. Take this.
Leave it to me.
Sonic, why are you doing the weird... Oh, because you used the Team Blast, that's why. Sonic does really weird stuff while Team Blast is still draining, and Team Sonic... I don't know how it works.
Keep 'em coming.
Other than it only works while the gauge is draining.
Smash them. This is only the beginning. Already? Take this.
Here we go.
Too cool.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's basically just a
Yeah,
monster
it's
gauntlet.
waves of enemies. That's all this is. You will probably want Team Blast for this one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I have it. Might as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Armored robot, sorcerers, witches, a bunch of gold robots. It's like, yeah, no, please, go away.
Yep, and we're done.
All right.
Only took 5 minutes.
Phew. We need a break from those robots.
Yeah, and one... Was it 1 death or 2? I think it was just 1.
I think it was just 1.
Well, it should put yet Egg Fleet, Final Fortress, and Egg Emperor remaining for Team Sonic.
Yep. And I think that's going to do it for this time around. At least gotta wait for things to load and all that.
You fools must only have a damn wish.
Well, you got a nice 10 stages done.
Yeah, I got a good bit done here.
Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
All right.
Depending on how dark goes, this will probably only be 2 more streams, maybe 3.
That's what I was thinking.
Wow. We're flying way high.
Better not fall.
Come on, this is nothing. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna cut it off right there. Alright, so I was at 30, I think, going in, 30%. And now I'm up to 84. So, yeah. That was over half of it in one go. Alright, so I guess join me next time when we hopefully complete the Sonic path and see if we can get the Dark path started. So, until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice night.
Take care, everyone.